guys, this is my 1984 Rogers by Advantage. We're going to be totally redoing this boat. Well, not totally redoing it, but we're going to change a bunch of stuff, and we got to fix some things. So I want to put a full rail kit in it down here. It's only got quarter rail kit in it right now, but if you can look down here, you see the cracking that's going on underneath the rail kit on both sides. This side's a little worse for wear down here. So we're going to take that out. We got to change all the cab plate stuff. I want to get a smaller fuel tank, and I'm going to be moving my dry sump oil tank from up here where it was back into the back. So I got to move the water line over. So we got a lot to do. We're going to be changing stuff and fixing stuff, and so stick around with us and let's see what happens. So this thing was restored back in, what was it, in the early 2000s for Mark Moyle by a guy named Richard Hammond out of Parker, Arizona. And he wanted to just get a whole new boat for Mark because he could get one for like $6K, and it was going to take him longer and way more effort to restore it than it was going to be to get a new boat. But Mark, being he wanted the history of the boat, because it had a lot of history and lots of people have raced it, so he talked Richard into restoring it, and Richard said okay. So him and his daughter restored it. And then right after he restored it, I think he raced it a couple years, maybe one, and then sold it or traded it for the 22 boat, the Jacuzzi, and said it tail stood on him on the back section of Burley and scared him, so he got rid of it. Then Terry Valori got it. And that's who I got it from. So I've changed a bunch of stuff. I've put a different intake in it and reset the intake to where I wanted it, and then put a different turn fin in it. It's been owned and raced by a bunch of different people. When I got the boat, it was all rigged up for the Enduro. It had two great big side tanks in here, this big tank, and they said when they had it full of fuel, it sat really low in the water, and they had a pump gas motor in it. Someday I'd like to do that, but I just have a hard time taking my motor to the Enduro and beating on it. If I had a spare motor that was like pump gas, something special, you know, then I would do it. But the new rail kit will be even with the top like this one is, but go all the way to the front. And if you look up here at the front, the angle iron that's up here, it's got this weird step in it right here, so it's down. So I actually sit 2 inches lower than most boats. But so I'll either build a step in it so it's down like that, or I'll get used to driving it up high. I don't know. We'll see. Ready? Come out on your side. Yeah. You got it, Muscles? Oh, we should probably get a new throttle cable. That thing is long. It's longer than weeks. Pretty hilarious. Look at how long that thing is.
Oh my word.
Run what you have. That's
Probably.
what I did. I ran what I had. Well, we're going to replace all the hardware on the sides, I guess, though. Everything that holds it in. We'll save what we can. But I plan on going through, I'd like to go through and plug all the holes and just re-drill everything. Does that make sense, Ben?
Yeah, the dowel thing?
Yeah, I'd like to do the dowel thing and go through and plug all the holes. And the only thing I won't change is probably what's under the dash supports. Just leave that and the throttle pedals probably. We'll just run right up to it. Probably run right up to the cab plate control there. I don't know. We'll see.
Has your boat ever been apart like this?
No, not since I've owned it. I've never taken any of this stuff out. I've added those. I added that seat pan. I added this thing, but I've never taken the cab plates out. I added the pump brace back there, but the pump brace actually is more of a. It's more decorative than functional because it's not thick enough. It needs to be thicker, and we might have to reset the pump too. Ooh. Should I loosen those cab plates up first, you think? The springs? Should I loosen the springs? Because if I'm going to take these off, these mounts are actually the mounts that hold the engine part on. So not only is it putting pressure on this mount, you see that? I never even noticed that. So this spring holds pressure against this engine mount.
Yeah, I'll back those springs off.
Yeah, we'll back the springs up. I never even noticed that. That's interesting. So these springs right here, this is a collar clamp. It holds tension in these springs. And that's what determines how much force you have on the down pedal, which is the left pedal down there. And then it runs to this. And if this is too loose, then as you're racing the boat, the pressure will actually pull that plate down without that spring holding the plate back up. So that's why that spring's got to be pretty tight. And then you set your ride plate to where you want to be, and then you have the down for when you're going into the corner and stuff. So it don't take a whole lot to get these. Badong. Down in here under the splatter paint, if you look real close, you can actually see the balsa. So this had a real nice balsa floor, and it was all maroon and balsa, and looked really good. And now it's what it is now. I thought it was bent, but it's not. We're okay.
Roll it on the ground.
You want to grab it with the channels?
Take it out?
Nope. I gotta finish spinning it out. Just hold that in. Okay, slide it out.
I'm a strong boy.
Okay. So we get past that seal in there. Well, at least it was full of grease. Let's put a little on the end. So what she's doing right now is she's checking for the hollow noise. If it's hollow, that means the stringers have gone away. So So yeah, that's to be expected. That's
Right
all.
there.
Right where?
Here. It's dense. Good. Maybe that's because that's still there.
Yeah, we should take that off there. But go back over here and hit it again. So here's a thud. Now go back over here. A little bit, but all in all, I think it's just superficial. So if you look down in here, you look down right here, you can see this is all flaking off. But I think that's just gel coat actually coming off. Maybe down in here a little bit, but we'll grind all that out and we'll lay in a new layer. And then right in here, so you got this right here is all flaking out. This is our main concern right here. Was all of this, and I can't decide if that's it is some fiberglass, but whether it's all fiberglass, I don't know. So because if it's ripping the stringers out, then we got a problem.
Check that side.
I think we're all right. I think it's just superficial. We'll grind a big patch, and maybe on both sides, and we'll just lay a new piece over the whole thing.
And we're gonna fix all these holes.
Yep, we're gonna dowel all these holes. We'll clean them out. We'll drill them out a couple sizes bigger, and then we'll put in a big wood dowel. We'll glass that in, and then re-glass over the whole top. I want to keep the boat from doing this. That's what these are supposed to do. And I also might put a piece of angle iron sideways in here, because if you look at this, this is not a sitter. The whole boat flexes, and that's why I sit on that side when I get in the boat, and that's why it's touching that side and not this side. And so if you can get the whole boat to be tied together, I would imagine in theory that it strengthens the whole boat. That's the whole reason for the back bulkhead, the front bulkhead, and then these mini deals. Got some cracking along this pump or along this intake here on both sides and in the front here, but it's never leaked water, and I don't think it's ripping out of the boat. But that's one of the reasons I added that, and I'll build a new one. We'll do a 1/4 inch one instead of this 3/16. And then I do have some chipping in here too, but like I said, this doesn't leak either. So what I might do is I might build a fin brace. cold outside, so as soon as it warms up, we'll get back on the boat. This is part one of a series in this boat. We're hoping to have it back on the water either for the April race in Parker, Arizona, but if not, definitely for Burley. So stay tuned for more of this boat and other adventures. Thanks for watching.